Hi everyone from Rainbow Harmony's channel. Um, thank you. Thank you all so much for all the kind words and all the questions and just, I don't know, this energy is crazy. So I'm really thankful that you're all reaching out and, I really enjoy helping. So I'm gonna make this video and try to pretty much answer all the questions. Hold on, let me set this up. Find like a thing to prop this up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I don't know if the comment got deleted or not, but Christine Santanastaso, Christine. So I pulled well, I guess I don't need to read my comment anymore because I have them here. So I pulled the Six of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. And so I think you asked just like overall advice in general. So pretty much the way I pick up on that as advice, the Six of Cups is a card of, let me see if I can find it in my other, yeah, it's right over here. The reason I'm using my Uno deck is because all my other decks are spread out right now for a reading I'm going to do for someone, but I haven't gotten to recording it yet because I woke up and I saw Rainbow Harmony was going live, and I was like, whoa, I'm here at the moment for once. Like, she's gone live other times and I've always missed it pretty much. But this is what Six of Cups looks like in this deck. So this is why I say it's like about balance, and the number 6 in general, for anyone wondering, is about balance anyways, like or harmony and things like that, like sixes. So it's actually a very good number. But I kind of see this as like 3 sixes because 8 are also like balanced numbers. You can kind of just see it with the shape, you know. But yeah, so Six of Cups, to me the advice is as you balance out your emotions and your relationships too, because like how you feel in a relationship, you know, like we all feel differently, we all have different opinions, that's all fine. But in a relationship or just in friendships and just all relationships with people you meet and everything and people in your life, it should be harmonious and balanced. It should be like how you feel and how the other feels is the same. You know, you can feel different things, but like, you know what I mean? Like the relationship, the give and receive should be equal. So that includes the emotions. So as you balance out yourself with your emotions, that helps you balance out with relationships and just in everything. And as that happens, Eight of Wands, which is like fast action towards things you know you want, things you know you desire, communication, things like that is a lot easier when you are a more balanced individual. And then with Eight of Cups is like moving, it's different than the Six of Swords, which is like moving on, but it's like the Six of Swords but with emotions. So Eight of Cups is like moving away. So like for me, sometimes, you know, like there's like toxic people or something that we meet in our life, and like they are our good friends, and so it's sad to like have to say goodbye or how to like kind of cut people out of your life. And that would be like dealing with the, well, Five of Cups is like loss, but like, you know, when you have to say goodbye to certain connections in the material world, it's painful. But Eight of Cups is like the moving away from those energies and moving to the new energies. Because, you know, like when you say goodbye to old friends, suddenly like new people come into your life, people who kind of do who you feel you deserve to be treated. You know, a common theme in my life is like I meet like my best friends basically, and then eventually I start realizing that I don't deserve to feel the way that I feel around these people, and there's nothing wrong with them, there's nothing wrong with me, it's just I just happen to feel terrible around them for some reason, for one reason or another. I know them because they're my situations, but the point is, Eight of Cups, it's like when you move on from that and you go to something better, it doesn't mean that you just forget those people. It just means maybe there will be a different time in life where those people come back, and Six of Cups, that harmony with the relationship is better. But if it's not there right now, Spirit is saying you deserve to communicate and go towards connections that you feel good around, connections that you feel like the way you deserve to be treated and stuff like that, and the way you deserve to feel around people. Sometimes it doesn't matter what the logic is. Sometimes it doesn't matter if it's your fault or their fault. But what matters more is just how did you feel, how did they feel, and if together you guys don't both feel good, Six of Cups, that's what I mean by feel the same. Like if you don't feel good and the other doesn't feel good, or if you feel good but the other doesn't, that's not harmony. You both have to feel good about the connection. And so striving towards these types of connections will help you know when to move on from things and when to move towards things and stuff like that. So that's the messages real quick for Christine Santanastaso. Where did my... So like I literally just have a bunch of names written. So, and I got to Artsy Psych, Style It, Flying Flowers, Moon, Pinky 007, Sarah. I didn't write your last name, but I really should, because then because that's the thing. When I first started doing them, I was like, okay, like who was, you know, like Moon, I'd be like MOON, like 4 letters, and then like the names, I was like, ooh, these are really long names, and there's a lot of comments. But like now that I have time, I do want to do the readings like spelling out style. But since I already answered some of these, Tolu. I'll go with Tolu next. That's 4 letters. Okay. I really like spelling out names for readings. It's not like the one and only way you guys know. You do readings however you do readings, but it's my favorite like first way, my like introductory reading. So this bottom, this top, and this one. The world. Also, let me see if you actually asked us like a specific question. Tolu. Uh-oh. Why is it saying only one? Oh, it's because all the other chat was like lost or something. Oh, there we go. All. That didn't change it. Oh well. So I can't see all the questions anymore for some reason. But Tolu, 9 of Wands. So I'm hearing you're kind of like persevering. You've been doing this, whatever this is, like kind of on your own for so long. With the, if you can see how these are structured, with the world being the 4th card at the end. You know, I can do this. So like, here is the 9 of Wands, and then over there's the world at the end. So, and I flipped it upside down, which is also symbolic for me, because like, again, like, so 9 is a number of isolation of like self. So, but with the 9, it's a very victorious self, but one where you're like, okay, I've been doing this, I've been getting rewards, this is great, I've been taking action, I'm tired, you know? Queen of Swords, 6 of Cups, this came out again. So, Queen of Swords, 6 of Cups. You've kind of been doing this on your own for so long, now you're like ready to charge forward and move towards harmonious relationships. Maybe you stepped away from a relationship before, and now you're ready to go back to it. Or maybe they stepped away, but during the separation as the Queen of Swords, you just knew the way you felt and how they feel about you, more or less, has been there. And with the world, this is saying like cycles are going to be completed, that this is going to come full circle. So this time of isolation, I'm hearing, will eventually come to an end, because all things always end and then other things begin. There's always going to be cycles of beginning and ending. 8 of Cups, yeah. So perhaps what I was talking about with this is moving as the Queen of Swords and 6 of Cups, and then the 8 of Cups. I'm actually more so picking up during this isolation. Perhaps there was someone in your life, and then you got isolated by yourself. Maybe something ended, maybe you guys got separated, whatever it was. Then maybe they did something that just like hurt, or wasn't like, you didn't deserve it. 8 of Wands. Okay, maybe I just didn't like shuffle. But as the Queen of Swords and 6 of Cups, it's like you know that you want, if that person is toxic, then it's not them. But as Queen of Swords, you do know that you want harmony. You want relationships that you deserve. The world, you're tired of situations. Yeah, Ace of Cups, you want something new. You're tired of situations where you're around people who hurt you, or you're around people who don't respect you the way you respect them. The more you respect and love yourself, the more you will attract people who will respect and love you the way you deserve to be respected and loved and treated. And so with Eight of Cups and the Ace of Cups, I'm hearing you're going to move away from more toxic energies, move away from people who just aren't the right people for you at this moment. And this has nothing to do with bashing on people. I've moved away from a lot of people who I still want to reach out to, who I, of course, still love. I love everyone. I love you all. Thank you guys so much for all of these questions and, like, I don't know. And then Rainbow Harmony just saying all those nice things. In the moment, I was freaking out way more than now. I'm actually a lot more collected. But, like, I don't know, guys. I was really stumped earlier. This whole weekend, I was like doing stuff and getting triggered left and right, and all these things in my life. And so you guys actually helped me so much. Like, it's crazy. You guys are probably like, "Wow, this guy is so like he's helping and like getting nothing and blah blah blah." But it's like, no, guys. Like, I've been really, really wanting to have content for my channel, and since I was away for like 3-4 days this weekend doing stuff with family and kind of stressing myself out and getting triggered left and right from certain things and certain like people in my life and just myself and my own past, I don't know, I got stumped when I came back to town. I was just like, what am I going to do my pick a card reading on? Like, I know I'm going to do horoscope readings for September, January, February, August, September, yeah, September, but you know, that's like in about a week, so I'm not going to get started on those for another week, because we're still in the 3rd week of August. But yeah, sorry, Tolu. Basically, yeah, Eight of Cups, Ace of Cups, you're going to be moving on away from energies that didn't make you feel good. This doesn't have to be people. This, for example, like, maybe, I'll use myself as an example. Playing League of Legends, oh, it's so fun, so addicting, but it's toxic. Eventually, I'm like, okay, I'm done playing League of Legends. So League of Legends, I will appreciate all the times that I played the game and I got, like, kills and supports and assists and I win or lost, whatever. You know, I appreciate that I played the game to play the game and whatever I did on it. Sometimes I was very toxic on the game. But Eight of Cups, it's like it's time for me to stop playing the game. And do other things that actually make me happy. Maybe in the future I can go back to League of Legends and it'll be fun at that time. Sometimes I go back and I'm like, yeah, and then I go back and I'm like, no. So using a different example, there's this friend I have, and he and I were in separation for about like 6 months, and I reached back out to him because he had one of my One Piece volumes, and we hung out again, and I was like, let's see what this is, if he's got any sort of thing to say, apology, whatever, what does he want? And basically through seeing him again, I found out, yep, he wants to be friends, and it made it hard because I met him again, and I was like, I still feel the same. I still feel this darkness around him, because the way you feel about yourself is how you will make others feel, pretty much no matter what. We are all reflections of one another. So the way he just feels about himself, he's come a long way. He's grown a lot. It's amazing. It made me happy to see the stuff going in his life, but hearing the, like, things like he was working on his rhythm, and I was like, wow, your rhythm's great, and he's like, nah, it's shitty. And like those comments, they just like got to me, and I was like, okay, I can't do this still. And as he grows and as I grow, I still trust that in the future he and I can meet each other again and give it another go and see what happens, you know, stuff like that. So same for you in whatever this situation is, Tolu. If there's someone you need to move away from, just know spiritual connections are eternal. Physical world connections are only there for the moment, you know? It doesn't mean people forget or that things are over if you step away or if people leave you. Nothing is forgotten. Nothing is forgotten. I just want to tell you that for some reason. Memories are much stronger than the material world, than the physical world. To me, how I feel. I feel the connections that I make, even if I forget, like, even if I forgot a name on this list, I hope you all know, like, I love all of you, and, of course, send me an email if I didn't get to you. since I see this, Smriti Tiwari, I'm going to go to you next. I know there were some other people, but since I'm recording, you know, I'll just put timestamps so you guys can just click. I should have said that at the beginning. I'll just put timestamps. But if you guys have been watching and waiting at this point, go to the timestamp. You'll see, or go to the description. You'll see I put timestamps for each of you. Tolu, one more card. The sun. Yeah, a lot of positivity and a lot of life is about perspective. But yeah, definitely attracting positive energy, bringing more positive towards yourself, being more positive about how you see the world, just being more positive in general. It does attract positivity. People are like, oh, positivity is like optimism. And then there's optimism, there's pessimism, and there's realism. And it's like, sure, okay, great. But like, if you look at yourself positively, you will attract positivity into your life. And that is realistic. So to me, optimism and positivity, I don't know, to me is realistic. I think they're both important. I think both like light and dark create harmony, create balance. I think remembering both the good and the bad create reality. So why not dream about like the things you want? Because it's like you already know there's going to be the dark that comes with it. So why not just dream about the good? Because if you dream about the dark, whatever the reflection of that dark is, chances are it's not going to like, I don't know, balance out the way you want. Let's say like dream about dark, like, ooh, like I'm going to get sick and this and this and that. Yeah, there's going to be reflections because when you're sick, the reflection of that is the positivity. You're still alive. You're still here. You're still holding on. Now let's try it the other way. Let's like, okay, I want to meet the love of my life, you know, like something crazy positive. It's like you meet this amazing love of your life, this person, this ultimate partner. Then the reflection will be like, okay, there's work to be done. Okay, I'm not actually ready. You know, the negative of that is much better than the positive of dreaming for negative things, if you guys get what I mean. So it's like, why not? And so it's like, so yes, remember both positive and dark and negative. Remember both light and dark, good and bad. These are all just the same thing. Light is just dark reflected. Dark is just light reflected. Good is just bad reflected, so forth and so forth. But yeah, perspective really does attract things into your life. How you feel about yourself is what you will see in the world. If you feel alone, you will be alone. No matter how many people are around you. There's a song called Best Friend. It's like, I should have stayed at home. 'Cause I see all these people around me that love me, but I still feel alone. Can't help but check my phone. So it's like, yeah, if you can't fill yourself up, then this energy, the isolated energy may not go away. But I wasn't really picking that up from you, Tolu. I just felt like I really wanted to say those messages. Okay. And I'm sending love and light to everyone. Alright, Smriti Tiwari, what was your question? I forgot. What this person feels for you. That's right. Let me see if I can see your original. What is the person feeling for you? Really struggling to know. That's actually really cute. Yeah. Ooh, 2 cards flipped out. I'm picking this up as a you and then the other person. So you, 10 of Wands. You feel like you've just been doing all this work and you've like major heavy lifting with this connection, where perhaps you've just been doing so much and you're just like, it feels like it's not equal. It feels like you've been putting in way more than the other person. The other person, Page of Swords, I feel like they've got some maturing to go, but they are practicing. They are like, it's kind of like they're like writing words and they're like, hey, long time no see. Nah, that's stupid. Hey, funny seeing you around. Like they're like trying to figure out what to say to you, basically. So it may feel unequal. In terms of actions, perhaps you're right. As 10 of Wands, you've been really holding out a lot. You've been really putting in a lot of work, persevering. You know, it's similar to 9 of Wands, putting in a lot of efforts, and you're almost there. It's like you're getting to the top of the hill and you're like 80% there, but you're just like, I just want to stop. Like that, this hill is big, but you're almost at the top. So it's like, if you can just make it, then you can like rest. And then the Ace of Wands will happen and a new beginning will start. with or without this person, but this person is mirroring. Just if you heard the earlier messages, I was talking about how like there's like good and there's bad, there's light and dark. So with relationships, when there's one person putting in a lot in one aspect, someone's putting in a lot in a different aspect. One's more forward, one's more backward, stuff like that. So you may be feeling a lot of your energy and a lot of your hard efforts. Just know that they are doing that too, but in a much more different way. It's okay that they feel differently. It's okay that in your way it's a lot more overwhelming. For them, it may not be as overwhelming. They may be more relaxed when trying to approach you. That doesn't mean that they feel differently about you. If anything, it just means they're mirroring. We're all mirrors of one another. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, this came out on your side. So I'm feeling that you're separated from this person, that you feel a little out of their world, away from their world, like you're in different worlds and stuff, not very connected in the material world. But again, that's got nothing on the spiritual connection. I'm going to do the spiritual connection next, and then I'll go back to how this person is feeling. This one. Justice. Spiritual connection is equal. It's balanced, actually. The spiritual connection between you two, there is an equal scale. So if you're putting in all that work, then yeah, the other person doesn't have to do anything. So if you just let that go and go the Ace of Wands, it'll balance back out and they will have to approach you. If there's more silence and if there's more separation in the material world, the spiritual connection, by releasing this hard effort in the material world, the spiritual connection does strengthen. It's all about how you feel. Mocha! I might have to pause. And, aw, Lucky wants to go help her out. So this is how they're feeling. The Tower. Yeah, so it's not as easy for them as it may seem. 1 second, I'm going to pause. It was so sweet. Like, Mocha was crying, and so then Lucky wanted out of my room and, like, helped her. She's crying because she's scared of the vent in the hallway, and she can't go past it. So Lucky walked close to her, and she got the courage to go past the vent. Anyways, yeah, it's not as easy for this person as it may seem. Tower moment. So, justice is always being served. So if you are putting out unconditional love and you're not receiving, though I feel if you just give out unconditional love regardless of how another feels, then you just instantly receive unconditional love back because it didn't matter if they got back to you or not. That's my own take on it. That's what I'm kind of doing. I'm on like a twin flame journey, and I like to send my twin flame just messages of hope and positivity and stuff like that. Just because, like, I don't know. This weekend I was going through a rough time, and so at that time I was like, what if he's going through a rough time? So it just makes me want to, like, hey, wishing luck, and then, like, that's it. That's just, like, that's as far as, like, expectation goes. That, like, he receives the message. It's like my expectation from that is, like, well, I hope I have data. I hope I have service. And then stuff like that. But anyways, for your connection, Tower moment. So one way or another, things are going to come tumbling down in their life. That doesn't have to be good or bad. Ultimately, Tower moments, when things break apart, it's just so you can rebuild. So for me, my Tower moments are usually good. Sometimes they're painful. A lot of the times they're painful. But ultimately, they lead towards new beginnings. Every time. So, okay. And then Six of Wands comes out. So, yes, sometimes things takes time. And, like, maybe this person's not ready. Maybe you're not ready. Especially if you're feeling this big burden with Ten of Wands and feeling isolated with Five of Pentacles. You gotta find a way to feel good on your own, whether or not a person ever comes back, whether or not there's anyone, whether or not you ever get a reward from the universe. Just, can you just simply by existing be happy? And I think we all can do it, no matter what our circumstances. And that may sound bold and arrogant of me, but I truly believe it. Because while I don't know, it's just like we're all going through our own challenges. Sometimes we get caught up in comparing and like, well, that person has it so much worse than me. Why am I even feeling this way? I shouldn't feel this way. But doing that, now you're saying someone else's life is like painful or bad or this. So it's like, it reflects back to you, even if you're just by comparing. So if you can listen to someone else's situation and just be like hurting that they hurt, but then knowing like they got this and that everything's okay for them, even if they may feel it's not, then through you will reflect the version of them that is able to handle it, because I don't know, and then stuff like that. So basically, if you can feel good about your own life and just do things that make you happy, you pretty much on your own attract this person into your life. And if it's not this person who you're meant to be with, then you're definitely attracting that person anyways. There's someone, I believe we're all connected to somebody who we are meant to be with, and that we are attracting them as we work on ourselves and as we accept that they are out there and trust that they are out there and that they are coming to us. Sometimes we know them, sometimes we haven't met them yet, sometimes we met them 30 years ago or something, you know? Sometimes you don't meet them until 10 lifetimes later, maybe, you know, but I think maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember my other lifetimes, but then that's just how I feel. That's my opinion. I believe in past lives and stuff. You guys should listen to a song called Past Lives by Borns. So good. Okay, so with this Six of Wands, what's going on this person's end? Okay, 2 cards fell out. Oh, 9 of Cups fell out, and the Sun fell out. Check it out. So, with you reaching this victory, this union, this coming together, for some reason, with the other person, their wishes are coming true. Not sure what that means. The Sun. Basically, this is, to me, saying, like, their wishes of coming true happened to come true at the time that you and that person come into union. Basically, they wish for you. How you feel for them, they feel for you. Whatever you're feeling in this partnership, it's there. This is a connection. And connections cannot be broken, no matter what. Once you've met someone, you cannot unmeet that person. So, yeah, even if you guys didn't connect again in the material world, you guys are always connected spiritually, no matter what. But that's not even what I'm hearing anyways from the reading. I am hearing, like, with Justice and the Sun in the middle. I'll kind of show you how this looks. It's like there's you, there's the other person, and there's connective energies with the Sun. I'll do one final connective energy. The Star. The Star, dude. Like, the Star is like everything's in alignment. Everything's meant to be. You are going with your own intuition. You're following your own path. And you're following with Spirit's path. Like, Spirit in the universe is like a map, and you're reading the map, and you're going where you want to go. That's the Star. So I hope that these messages helped Smriti Tiwari? Smriti? I'm sorry. Not 100% sure how to pronounce your name, but I hope I got, like, kind of close. Okay. And then, let me move my headphones. I remember saying Santanastaso, but I didn't write a check mark next to it. But I'm pretty sure I did a reading. Let me scroll. Oh yeah, I totally did, with the 6 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, and 8 of Cups. Okay. And I did Tolu, and... Alright, and then there was someone named, Jadoni 888. It's J''ADONY 888. So I hope you come across this video. Here's your reading. Let me see if I can find your message, or if it's too far back. Oh, cool! You're in this relationship that doesn't serve you anymore. There are children involved, so you find it hard to move on. Oh, and well, you wrote in comments, so this is public, so it's okay. Find it hard to move on. He thinks it's your fault that you aren't getting along because you've had an awakening. It is not your fault that you are ascending and someone else isn't able to keep up with you. That's just not your fault. Let me see if you wrote anything else. Aww. Oh, you'll email me. Cool. But yeah, this video, and then I plan on making personal videos for all who emailed me. I did check my email right after this, and I was like, like, people were popping up, and I was like, no way. But oh wait, I didn't shuffle. But you know what? Things are in alignment with you. Whatever is meant to be is gonna happen. That's the very first message. This will be the apostrophe, actually. This fell out. The world fell out. Yeah, the cycle is being complete. It's a relationship that doesn't serve you anymore. Things will work out. Follow yourself. Do what's best for you. I can understand things are very tricky with children. I guess I'll just share with my own life. Like, my whole childhood was dreamy. Well, I don't want to say anything about this. Never mind. I don't want to. Basically, like, it's very tricky, but at the end of the day, whatever decision you make will ultimately be for the best, even if people like your kids might not feel that way or something like that. If you do everything out of love and understanding that it may make things challenging for people, but that's not your like intention. These then yeah, and these actually came out reversed. Four of Swords and King of Pentacles. So it's like I feel like you don't need any more contemplation on this. It's kind of like you've thought about it and like it's like this person may have been your King of Wands before, very passionate, but at this present time, he's not. At this present time, it's like where you're at, it's just not. You're just not having it. It's like maybe you realized certain things and it's just not cool. The fact that someone is like saying it's your fault because you've moved on and that you've like grown as a person spiritually, a person who's your partner shouldn't ever feel upset when you become. So I have this friend, family. She's like my sister, my cousin, my nakama. That's a One Piece term. This is a series One Piece. She was kind of just like talking to me, fighting at this idea. Like she was upset that her girlfriend was basically moving on and doing well because she's in the Navy right now, and so her girlfriend is living life on her own and like learning to move on and like have friends and have a life and stuff. And so like yeah, and through childhood, she used to tell me like, oh, who would you rather be, the settler or the reacher? And I would look at her confused and I'd say, neither. I don't believe in settling and reaching. I believe in partnership. She's like, no, son. There's settling and there's reaching. And she'd always explain. So like the way I see this is like perhaps your partner believes in the settling and reaching mentality. Maybe at one point he was the settler and now he's realizing he's the reacher, basically. Though I believe neither of those exist. I believe there's just partnership and equality and like harmony and relationship. I thought the point of love and a relationship was that both people are equal. So the fact that like he's getting upset that you are awakening and that you've had an awakening and that you're doing well, to me, like this is, I don't even need cards, but like I will do more cards. But to me this is just like the settler reacher mentality. And it's like what happens when people settle and then they become the reacher because the other person got better and like grew more as a person. Suddenly they're like not used to the other person being more independent and not being codependent. And by the way, codependency is pretty unhealthy. So it's like I don't understand why people get upset when people are no longer codependent. So yeah, so G''ADONG. That's almost like OMG. And I just got the Emperor, 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups. So yeah, it's it's not like you don't love this person anymore. It's not like you don't want to have fun.